Hello all, Janae here. I am back. I am here. It's been such a long time since I posted a video, almost 2 months exactly. And I did not intend to take that break. It was completely not premeditated. But life kind of got in the way. May was super hectic at work and in my personal life. I had no free weekends in May. And work was also a little bit ridiculous, and so I didn't have time then. And in June, honestly, it's June 20th now that I'm filming this, I kind of just got out of the rhythm of filming videos since I hadn't filmed any in May, and even the ones I posted in April, I filmed in early April, so it was really a long time that I went without filming any videos, and I kind of fell out of the groove. That being said, I want to acknowledge the lighting really quickly. I know it's not the best. It's nighttime. I usually film during the day so I can get some of that great sunlight in. I tried to film earlier today. I just had a lot of things to do. So here we are, and I'm just super excited to be here and like filming this video. It's been so long. I'm happy to get back into the groove of things. I do also want to say really quickly, if you're watching this, if it's your first time seeing me ever, thank you for watching me. I am so grateful to you. I appreciate you being here. If you have been subscribed to me for this whole time, or not this whole time, but like throughout this unexpected hiatus that I took, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around. You didn't really have to. I'm sure I lost some subscribers, and I don't really blame them, but I just want to say thank you for sticking around with me and, you know, trusting that I would come back. I guarantee you I will not be done with this channel until you see a video saying I'm done with this channel. If you haven't seen that, if that doesn't exist, I'm not done. I will be back. I don't intend to take a 2-month break again, but if that is the case, if that's ever the case, please know I'm coming back to you all, you know, when I can. The other thing is I got a few emails during that 2 months that I haven't posted anything saying that people subscribe to the channel. So welcome. This is maybe the first like new video that you've seen me do. I just want to say thank you for subscribing. It's hard to go to someone's channel and see they haven't posted anything in a month or a month and a half or whatever the case may be and still subscribe to them. So I just really appreciate you all seeing something you like and subscribing to me and trusting again that I will be back. So now that I have said all that from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I usually end with that, but I had to start with it since it's been so long. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the book haul. I have 10 books here that I'm going to haul for you all. I might do a part 2 because I bought a lot of Kindle books also. I don't typically include those in my hauls, but I might do like a top 10 that I've bought in the last 2 months. So the first 3 books that I have to show you today, I actually got at a end of school year carnival. So I work in an education-focused nonprofit. We put teams of young people into schools to help with everything from academics to attendance to behavior. And so at the end of the year, one of the teams put on a carnival, and one of the stations was free books. So all the kids that were there could come and take whatever book they wanted, however many they wanted. It warmed my heart, honestly, to see all the kids coming and like pawing through the books and like taking them. And so after this was done, I didn't steal any books from the children. After this was done and there were plenty of books left over, I went ahead and looked through myself and got a few. So the first one that I got is Sabriel by Garth Nix. This is I don't actually know much about this book at all or anything, honestly. I didn't even read the blurb. I picked it up because I think it was Laura Rose Reviews. She read this book and it was a reread for her when she posted it on her channel. She like really loves this book and it might have a sequel. I'm not sure. But she loved it and I had seen her video where she had talked about it. And so, whatever. So I went ahead and picked it up when I saw it just because it was free and I had seen it talked about before, so I figured I would give it a chance. So I'm really excited to get to this one. So by the way, all of these books I think are middle grade, and the last one might be YA, the 3 that I got at this fair because it was for middle schoolers. So the next book I got is called Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins. I know nothing about this book either, but it's by Suzanne Collins, so I figured I would go ahead and give it a try. It's the first book in a series. There look to be at least 4 other books in this series. And so we'll see if I like this one. We'll see if I continue on with it. But yeah, I'm excited. As you can see, like, these books are used. I think they came from the library, but I'm fine with that. They were free. And so yeah, again, I don't know anything about this book, but I picked it up on the strength of the author's name alone. So hopefully I'll get to it at some point, and I will let you all know how I like it. The next book that I have in this part of the haul that I got from that fair is, I think it's YA. Yeah, I think it's YA. And I've seen it on BookTube. I also don't really know what this one is about, but it is Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. Again, I'm not even going to like waste time and read the back of this. I've seen it a lot of places. I've heard lots of rave reviews about it. So I went ahead and picked it up. Again, these were all kind of spur of the moment. Let me grab up some books because they're free. And if I see something interesting, I want to go ahead and get it. So yeah, I will let you all know how I like this one too. Hopefully I get to it at some point. I have so many books. Honestly, I don't know when I'm going to get to these, but I'm going to make an effort to do that relatively soon. So the next 3 books that I want to show you, I bought at a bookstore called Kramer Books, and afterwards. It's a bookstore that has like a cafe attached to it in Washington, D.C., right down the street from where I work. And every time I go to this store, I feel like I've talked about it before because I've hauled some books from there before. Every time I go there, I can't help but to buy books. And since there is a cafe in the back, I meet one of my friends there for lunch every now and then. You have to walk through the bookstore to get to the cafe part, and I just have no self-control. And it's really the worst thing because these books are expensive. They do not put books on sale. These books, I spend too much when I go there. But anyway, they're not all nonfiction. These are actually all nonfiction. But the bookstore doesn't only sell nonfiction, but they sell a lot of it's like philosophy books or science books, books about spirituality. It's just I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, I will go ahead and tell you what books I got. So the first one is Between the World and Me by ta-Nehisi Coates. I have heard so much about this book, I've been meaning to pick it up and read it for maybe a year now, so I'm happy that I finally have it. I do want to get to this before the end of the year. It's one of the books that I want to read for one of my reading challenges. I think it's Pop Sugar. Yes, that's the only one with categories. So yeah, I want to read this book, 1, for that challenge, but 2, just because I've heard great things about it, and I'm really excited to get to it. This is ta-Nehisi Coates' letter to his son about growing up in, our current society, our current world as an African-American male. I cannot wait to read this, and I will definitely let you all know what I think about this. I'm pretty sure I will do a review on this book. I kind of already know that, so yeah. Between the World and Me. The next book that I got from Kramer Books is Living with a Wild God by Barbara Ehrenreich. I hope that's how you say her name. She's the woman who wrote Nickel and Dimed, which I read back in college, so years ago, which is about her kind of taking some time to live below the poverty line. And so that was really interesting. This book she is an atheist. I think she comes from a religious family. And so it's about her struggle and her questioning her family's religion, and kind of growing up and figuring out that path for herself. I feel like I've said this before on this channel. I am a Christian, but this seems just so interesting to me, and I really do like to read books from a point of view that I don't have. Not necessarily to change my mind, but to kind of enrich my own understanding. And so I'm just really excited to get to this. The next book that I got from Kramer Books is called Women After All. The subtitle is Sex, Evolution, and the End of Male Supremacy, and it is by Melvin Connor, MD. So this book is kind of just about the way men and women have evolved over time in our society over thousands of years in the way we interact, and patriarchy, it's like a big buzzword. I figured I'd throw that in there. But it's about all of those things and kind of where this author sees that going in the future. I don't know a whole lot about it. When I bought it, it was probably like a month ago, and so I've kind of forgotten the blurb on the back, but it just seemed really interesting. I'm really excited to get to it. It's something that I just kind of want to see someone else's point of view as to how things have gone, how things have evolved, and where he thinks things are going. So I'm excited to get to this, and yeah. So the last 4 books that I have in this haul, I believe I got from Book Outlet. Yep, I did, because they all have marks on the bottom of them. I got these books from Book Outlet, so this was a while ago. I probably got these books before I got any of the ones I already showed you. And so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. The first book that I got from this particular instance is The Invention of Wings by Sue Monk Kidd. I've heard a lot about this book. It's kind of about a woman and her slave and their relationship. Yeah, it's kind of about the abolitionist movement and suffragette movement all kind of rolled into one. This I also purchased for the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, but also just because I'd heard a lot about it and I'm really interested in it. And so we will see how I like this. I anticipate this being something that I'd like to do a review on, but if not, even when I wrap up, I will tell you my thoughts. So the next 2 books that I got from that Book Outlet order are Dissonance and Resonance, and they are by Erica O'Rourke. I know that the book is, Dissonance is about, and I'm sure Resonance too, as it's the sequel, is about a world in which every time someone makes a decision, different worlds spring from that decision. So if I decide to turn left in the reality I live in, there will be a universe that springs up where I decide to turn right. And so it's kind of about a girl who can jump between those worlds of different decisions. I don't know if it's other people's decisions she can jump into as well, or if it's just her own kind of worlds, but it just sounds super interesting. I've said it before, I'm so interested in kind of the multiple world, multiple universe stories, and so I'm really excited to get to these. I don't know if I'll get to them before the end of the year, but I really want to, so we will see how that goes. And the last book that I got in the Book Outlet haul is called Zodiac, and it is by Romina Russell. I don't know much about this book. I think it has something to do with, so every zodiac sign has a house, and because it says beware the 13th sign, there is a 13th zodiac sign that I feel like is often left off of the signs of the zodiac. I can't remember what it's called. It starts with an O and it's hard to pronounce. I do remember that. But regardless, that house of that forgotten zodiac sign, I think is coming to bring some war to the 12 houses of the zodiac that currently exist. I don't know anything else other than that. It sounds great. I'm super interested in things like this too, and so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. I think there was some kind of sale or something that was happening, so I decided to get some books, and this was just one of them. So that was a decently long video for 10 books of a haul, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off short. You all know I like to ramble. But again, bringing it full circle, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you so much for joining me in my time of absence. Thank you so much for stumbling upon this video and watching me for the first time. Whichever it may be, I truly appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day, night, week, weekend, whatever. However long you want the greatness to go for, you go ahead and have a great one. And I will catch you all in the next video. Bye.